All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video. Check out Pig and a Pickle. They've got two locations, Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week in Marin from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., and they're open Wednesday through Sunday in Emeryville. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Well, if you talk to a D-line coach, they'll always talk about the get-off. Everything's about the get-off. How well do you get off the ball? Man, this guy's got the get off. Oh, this guy's got the get off. We're working on our get offs. I mean, you talk to Chris Koceric about the 49ers. He can't say 3 sentences without talking about his get off. How do you get off the line of scrimmage? Because it means everything. You could be a monster, but if you don't get off the ball, it doesn't matter. You could have an incredible 40. If you don't get off the ball, doesn't mean a whole lot. Let's talk a little bit about the 10-yard split, because the 10-yard split really is the defining metric in how well a guy gets off the ball, or in this case, how fast he is within the 10 yards. What is the 10-yard split, first of all, for those who are not in the scouting community? It's just the first 10 yards of a 40-yard dash. So you're going to run a 40-yard dash, but what you run in that first 10 yards, they also keep track of to the 10th of a second. And that gives them an idea of how fast you are in that first 10 yards. To me, it means a lot for running backs. It means a lot for defensive linemen. And overall, I would say the 10-yard split probably means more than the 40 because build-up speed is just that. You know, there's a lot of heavy wide receivers that have tremendous build-up speed, but that doesn't really mean that they're running that fast. That's if you let them at 228 pounds run 35 yards, at last 5 yards, the weight and the mass is pushing them, and they're moving quicker than they actually would move in a game. So it's not necessarily, it can be misleading is the bottom line. But the best 10-yard split in Indy this year among all players that were invited to the Combine was Darius Davis, the tiny little speedster wide receiver from TCU, who, you know, runs in the 4.3s, and his 10-yard split was 1.46. An incredible time. Great time. And then you think of defensive ends, you know, in the draft. Nolan Smith from Georgia, who's ran in the 4.3s and really gets off the ball. 1.52. That was number one among all defensive ends in the 10-yard split. He weighs 238 pounds or whatever, maybe 240, which is still cooking. 1.52 is an amazing number. Robert Beal, who weighed in about 245, who the Niners drafted out of Georgia, had a 1.62 10-yard split, to put that in perspective. But among the interior guys, Kalijah Cansey, who's an incredibly quick defensive tackle from University of Pittsburgh, amazing player, once in a lifetime kind of a player. I mean, this guy's movement ability at 280 is just, you know, renowned. 1.64 was Kalijah Cansey's 10-yard split. Well, Spencer Waege's 10-yard split was 1.66. That would have been second among all defensive tackles had he been invited to the Combine. That's an incredible number at 300 pounds. He's 6'5", 300 pounds. Kalijah Cansey is 6'1", 280. He outweighs Kalijah Cansey by 20 pounds. Cansey ran 1.64. Waege ran 1.66. Let's put more perspective on this number. That 1.66 is the exact same number that Isaiah Foskey ran, the defensive end star at Notre Dame. Went way higher in the draft, I think second round. It's the same 10-yard split that Michael Mayer, the tight end from Notre Dame, ran. It's faster than Isaiah McGuire, the Missouri defensive end, ran. He ran 1.72. So then I decided, okay, let's take a look at the top 12 pass rushers in the league, and let's focus on the defensive tackles, and let's see where it all stacks up. Okay, here's how it stacks up. Nick Bosa ran 1.55 in the 10-yard split. Great number. Hassan Reddick, 1.59. Myles Garrett, 1.63. The first tackle on the sack list as far as the leaders is Chris Jones of the Chiefs, who's a Hall of Famer. Chris Jones has got an incredible quickness. This guy's rolling full speed in 2 steps. He's absolutely known for this first step quickness. His 10-yard split, 1.70, slower than Spencer Waege. Matt Judon Excellent pass rusher. Defensive end, though, 166, identical to Spencer Waege. Micah Parsons comes flying off the edge. He was 7th in the league in sacks, 159. Faster than Waege, but not by much. J.J. Watt is a guy that Spencer says he studies and kind of models his game after. J.J. Watt, when he was coming out of college, his 10-yard split was 171. Wages is faster at 166. Quinnen Williams, very quick player coming out of Alabama. He was 11th in sacks this year. 1.67, slower than Spencer Waege. Deron Payne, tremendous interior pass rusher out of Michigan, 12th in the league in sacks this year. 1.67, slower than Spencer Waege. So I'm just saying that Waege has got an unbelievable get-off at 6'5", 300 pounds. I mean, to put this in perspective even more, I think of the big, outstanding edge rushers we've seen here. Aldon Smith, was an incredible pass rusher. His 10-yard split coming out of Missouri was 168. Spencer Waege's is 166. He's faster than Aldon Smith was his rookie year coming out of Mizzou. That's amazing. And if you say to me, who's the guy who bends the edge like nobody's business in the last 10 years, I'd say it's probably Von Miller. Von Miller coming at A&M had a 10-yard split of 162. Spencer Waege's right there on his tail at 166. Except Von Miller is 6'4", 250. And Spencer Waege 6'5", 300. So I don't know. I mean, 10-yard split is not everything, but this kid was incredibly productive. Hardworking kid, great motor, works hard, very productive player. It wasn't like this guy was just some workout warrior who can't play football. No, this guy can play football. This guy knows how to play. And whether the Niners use him as an edge rusher or use him as an interior rusher, this guy gets off the ball. And when you think about it, there's a chance that Spencer Waege is going to make himself some money this summer and make this team, because you don't see guys 6'5", 300 pounds who get off the ball like Spencer Waege gets off the ball. And if those numbers show to be true, you're going to see something you haven't seen before this summer in Santa Clara. I can't wait to see Spencer Waege battle it out against offensive tackles and offensive linemen in the NFL, because he is cooking at the snap. And the college production's there, the strength is there, the motor revs high. But the fact of the matter is, you don't get to be 6'5" and 300 pounds with a 166 10-yard split unless you're working at it. And as all those D-line coaches said, we're working on our get-offs. Man, when Chris Kosera takes a look at Spencer Waege at 300 pounds and the way he gets off the football, Chris is going to do cartwheels. He is going to be loving life. So I can't wait to see this kid this summer. An incredible pickup as an undrafted free agent. Remember that name, Spencer Waege, because he is rolling at the snap, and it's going to be fun to watch come summertime. All right, hope you enjoyed our 49er video. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Check them out in Emeryville and Corte Madera, and thanks to all of you for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.